What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Nesson Studios. Michaela Vernava here alongside Darren Hartwell. We are going to talk fantasy starts and sits. And Darren, can I just say, last week our producer Mark was producing this segment. I lost to him in our Nesson.com Fantasy League by 3 points. This week, our producer Kelly is producing this segment, and last week I lost to her by 8 points. So I've had a couple of rough weeks.
This week, we're playing each other. So we'll see how that goes. We might have to, take this off the air.
Yeah, we will see. I'm not projected to do very well, but hopefully you can help with that.
Yeah.
Who are your starts for this week?
Well, I don't know if I want to give you this advice now, but we'll do it anyways. So for quarterback, we'll start there. I like Derek Carr this week. I'm expecting a lot of points in that Raiders-Chargers game. Chargers still without Joey Bosa, their top pass rusher. They've actually allowed 10 passing touchdowns through 4 games this season, so I think they're going to be throwing a lot in this one, and Derek Carr, big numbers. Moving on to the running backs, I like Aaron Jones. 2 fun facts here in this game. Aaron Jones averaging 5.7 yards per rush in his career, and the Detroit Lions are allowing 5.3 yards per rush this season, which is 3rd worst in the NFL. So a lot of room to run for Aaron Jones. Packers are a little banged up at wide receivers, so they could be running the ball a lot. And we'll finish up with wide receivers. I like Nelson Agholor this week. The Vikings defense, usually pretty solid, but they've been surprisingly bad against the pass this season. Top cornerback Xavier Rhodes is kind of their only productive player in the secondary, and he's probably going to be shadowing Alshon Jeffrey. So I think the targets haven't been an issue for Agholor, and I think he'll finally get the yards this week. So I like him.
All right, well, if you would, please hit me with the sits for this week so I can make sure I don't have anyone in my roster that shouldn't be.
This one's actually, for quarterback, this is a real-life scenario for me. Russell Wilson. I'm starting Derek Carr and sitting Russell Wilson in one of my leagues. And the reason being, Seattle's playing the Rams this week, and I think just that offensive line stands no chance against the Rams pass rush. Pretty ferocious. Wilson's going to be running for his life, I think, and he really hasn't been playing too well this season. Only 1 game with 20 fantasy points or more. So I'm staying clear of Wilson. For running backs, in that Eagles-Vikings game, I don't like AJAYI. I think the Eagles are going to move the ball through the air, but the Vikings haven't allowed a rushing touchdown yet through 4 games, and that's bad news. AJAYI's kind of a touchdown-dependent guy. He's only getting like 13 touches per game or 13, 14 touches per game. So I don't see him getting in the end zone, and then if he doesn't do that, his ceiling is pretty low. And then finally, for wide receiver, I do not like Will Fuller the 5th this week for the Texans. I know he's scored in 3 straight games. He's been pretty solid. He's battling that hamstring injury, so his status is up in the air, and it's a pretty tough matchup against the Cowboys. The Cowboys have only allowed 4 touchdowns to wide receivers through 4 games, which isn't that great. So I'm still steering clear of Fuller this week.
All right, Darren, thanks as always for the advice, and you can get even more fantasy advice all from this guy on Nesson.com, so stay with us.